Hey, welcome to Early Access Control Alpha, Beta, and Abandoned. And what we're doing right now is we're looking at The Last Front by Fever Game Studios. Now, this game is something I'm immediately calling out as a scam. It's also abandoned. First, let me apologize for sitting in the dark. It's very early where I am. It's like 4 a.m. And so I've had to get up and make sure I can get a couple videos out and change my schedule a little bit. The cold winter months are here. So enough about that. Let's talk about this game and why it's a scam and what to, kind of what to watch for when you come across something like this. So sure, the price is good. It's a buck 19. And right off the bat, there's no trailer. There's no real idea of what's going on with these assets. It's a very familiar asset pack if you or style if you know anything about Unity or Unreal. So keep that in mind. First things we're going to do is we're going to investigate the update history. It's always a good thing to do because you can kind of get an idea where the game's been and what's been happening. Whoa, okay, this game has been not updated. Its last update was in June prior to its EA release. So the last thing was a Discord group, so you can join that. I did join that. There's no developers on site. There hasn't been developers there since the chat logs. I think September was the last I saw. So it just kind of shows you like, oh, okay, the devs are completely away from this game. They've walked away, and yeah, it's one of those things that you kind of gotta be, your scam signal or your scam sense is kind of like going, whoa, this is not good. Another thing that is a tall tale sign that games that aren't going to do well are or that potentially are scams rather, are the fact that developers don't take time to correlate their own posts in their discussion pages. They don't even make posts, which is even worse. So if a developer isn't posting in his own community, there's questions to be asked there, because you're like going like, okay, where am I going to find this information? Am I just supposed to talk to other people who are asking the same questions as me? It doesn't work that way, and developers know this. The good developers know this. That's why you see tons of stickies here. You see, people directly answering questions, blah blah blah. But when you get people that don't know that, possibly there's a language barrier. But you're releasing in Steam and expecting North Americans to buy the game. You have to be prepared to answer those questions, language barrier or not. So you can't use that as an excuse. You still got to get on here and post in the language that you know, because we'll translate it through Google or something. So do the best that you can. But the fact that you don't see any of it and you just see people kind of posting on their own, that's a red flag for me. And it's usually, I'll make a video on why that usually always ends up with an abandoned game or worse. So yeah, keep that in mind. So back to the last front. So I've quickly pulled up Cinti Game Studios. They make assets. They make assets for Unity and Unreal and other games, whatever you want to purchase them for. And they're asset packs, and they're very they've got a lot of stuff in them, so people like to use them, and it's kind of cool and it's good to have because it really helps development. There's nothing wrong with using asset packs, but when you hop in game, you can immediately tell, okay, wait a minute, this is where these assets are from. Okay, that's cool. But then you look at the credits and the modeling is being claimed by this person. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, hold on, something's amiss here. Maybe they're talking about placing the modeling around. They definitely didn't. They didn't design these assets. That's not theirs. So you know what? Let's overlook that for a time being. We'll create a game, and it's only one map that you're going to get for a buck. That's kind of okay, but let's hopefully see some communication saying, there's going to be other maps being made, but we're not seeing that at all. We're not seeing anything. What we're seeing is assets that have been purchased from somebody else, put in this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if this map was part of the pack that you buy, and it's built on a really basic game system. I say that because it's a lobby-based match play PvP system that usually can be purchased from marketplaces like Unreal and Unity that are already scripted and coded, and you just kind of plug and play it as best you can. There are some coding that is involved to get it up and working, but it's nothing that's out of the realm of somebody who doesn't want to spend a few hours or weeks learning a little bit more about the engine that they're doing. So when you get this kind of these elements into a game like The Last Front, without any communication or any thought into where it's going to go, it kind of lets you in on the idea that this is just trying to grab some money from people. They're just trying to get that buck 19 and letting people be happy with this. I mean, there was some discussion about this going free and stuff in the Discord. Now, the last post was like, hey, Steam won't allow it. That's not true. Steam will allow you to do anything you want. It's your game. There's a process there. And if you don't want to do the process, then of course they're not going to let you do it. But anything can be done. So if they wanted to make this game free, they could. So the fact that they're saying that they can't, they just want money. So I'm not even going to play this anymore. I'm just going to really tell people you got to watch out for games like this. There's certain things that are going to be telltale signs of a scam or something that's immediately going to be abandoned. And if you're not willing to to heed the advice of other people in the community, or people like myself that are telling you to stay away from stuff like this, then you might end up losing your money. So hopefully, hopefully you found this video helpful and this content helpful. And if you do, like and subscribe, because I'm going to be making more videos. And this stuff really kind of gets me passionate, because I really get frustrated when I see games like this being brought into early access. These are the games that we kind of really got to prevent from even entering there. And there's tons of ones that have already been abandoned, but these ones are kind of a blatant scam that shouldn't even be allowed to be sold on early access. So with that said, hopefully you've enjoyed it and have a great day. Thanks.